Well, good afternoon. Join me this afternoon back out on the banks of my local River Ouse for just get myself sorted for an evening session on the bank. It's the end of my week's holiday. I've had a couple of sessions out. The first one wasn't great. We had a few fish, but we had a real good social, sort of sat side by side. Then I went the other night to another venue where I just had a nice quiet evening, didn't do no filming, nice quiet evening. I had 28 bream. So it's round about 4:45 now, so I'm going to start to introduce some bait. I've already set the rods up, which I'll go through shortly before I start to fish, but I want to get some bait in the swim, and this is the way to do it. No bait up feeder for me, balls of ground bait. There's 11 in there, and there's 11 in there. Now the ground bait I'm using is Bait Tech MV Green and Bait Tech Special G margin. So you've got that sort of olive green colour, but also in there is a whole bag of soaked Bait Tech carping coarse pellet in 4mm, and as you can see, they're all nice and soft. So that's been added to that mix as well. As you can see there, squeeze is done, so that's going to hold on the method feeder, but it's also going to break down nice and easy. So put that out of the way. I've got all the balls ready to go, as you can see there. Put that back up. I've got all the balls ready to go, as I just showed you. Now I'm going to wait for this boat to go, and I'm going to start to introduce a bit of bait. Most of the balls, as you can see, they're all a uniform size. There is some there a little tiny bit bigger, but what you want it is sort of a uniform size, so it sits in that cup. How that sits in there is perfect. If it's too big, then that will split. So there's one little bit bigger, but it still sits in that cup. So like I say, I've made these up about 5 minutes ago. Now I've just squeezed them together with some wet hands, so hopefully they'll all stay together where I want them, which is about 50 yards. So like I say, I've got 11 in each pot there. I've got 2 lines, 2 rods, both on the same sort of line, but I'm going to put same amount on each one. So once that pot's empty, I know that's all I'm done, then I'll move on to the other pot that's on the other line, which are going to be about 10 meters apart, or that's the theory. So that boat's gone by now, so I'm now going to start introduce a bit of bait. Make sure hands nice and dry. Gripping the catapult, I'll hold the catapult at arm's length, then I'll pull it back, then tension my arm. And hopefully once I get my eye in, they should almost go roughly in the same sort of area. And I do mean roughly. So we'll just see if we can get the range. That is just about spot on. Always make sure that ball is sat in the cup. A little bit short, bit bigger ball. That's better. That's on the money. A little bit bigger ball again, so I know I've got to just give it that little bit of extra teddy. On the money. Bit bigger again, little bit of extra tension. On the money again. A little bit to the left on the other swim, don't matter. Just make sure that's in that cup. Ow! Or that is what will happen. There we go. So you do get 1 or 2 mishaps. Hence the reason make up a lot of balls. So get that back in there. Right, that's that lot done. A little bit to the left this time for this other swim. A little bit bigger ball. Once you know roughly when you're doing it, you don't even have to watch. You know that's going to go in the right place. One more. And that's it. That is the initial feed gone in. So whatever happens now, it doesn't matter. I've got the rod set up. I want to get everything else sorted for the evening. So I want to make sure I get my kettle over there, out the way. I want the rest of the bait where I need it. Me food and drink where I need it. And everything else totally out the way. So all in all, like I say, that's the baiting. Can't beat catapulting it in. Bit of accuracy, once you get your eye in, it's perfect. Right, I'm going to get sorted, then I'm going to run through the setup, then we'll get a bait on, hopefully get 1 or 2 fish. Oosh. Right, so I'm just about got everything sorted. I'll just run through what I'm going to actually do now. Like I say, it's very similar to what I've done before. So the left hand rod is going to be on a helicopter rig. Oh. It's the I'm using both rods are the same. It's the Cadence 12 foot 1.25 test curve specimen rods. Now I have been using the Avon tops just recently, but I'll show you in a minute. So yeah, so it's the Cadence and then the CR10 12 foot specialist twin tip. So like I say, I've been using the Avon tops, but I had a chat with James at Cadence and I managed to get hold of 2 extra butts, so I can now actually keep the quiver tip section set up and the Avon top set up. So what I'm actually using is the quiver tips. If we can get that up there, probably not. Show you around there. So you can see there, I'm actually using the quiver tips. So I've got a 3 ounce tip there. Might seem a bit heavy, but at the end of the day, I'm punching a quite heavy loaded feeder out. I mean, normally using 45, I've opted to use a 30 gram. I can change it to a 45 if I want to. So I'm fishing 8 pound mainline on my bait runner, and I'll show you the setup if I can just untangle it. Can't get tangled already. Right, so I've just tied a fresh hook length as well, so I've set it all up fresh. So I've got 2 stops, as you can see there, another 2 stops there. Just a simple connector, and on over that just slide that tail rubber, make it all nice and tidy. Get that back over there. You don't slide it up too far because you still want it to be able to spin round, thus hence the reason the helicopter. So I've got a short 6-inch 8 pound gravel braid, and I've got a size 10 Guru, the Super XS-eyed barbless hook. I've been using barbless a lot just lately, and I think it just aids with the hook hold and everything like that. But I've just been using different hooks on different on the different setups. So like I say, this one is the excess on there, so I've got that with a little stop on the hook itself and a bayonet. So that is rod number 1. Rod number 2 is exactly the same, except I'm using a method feeder. Get around there. So I'm using a method feeder with a short 4-inch hook length. So all I've got there is a size 11 snap swivel with a little tail rubber on the top. I've got a 45 gram matrix flatbed. I've just got a little sleeve on there, and that's just to stop that feeder moving up and down. If I show you on one of the other ones, if I can find it. So what I'll do, I'll actually show you what I've done. So here's a normal flatbed inline method feeder. Now what can happen sometimes, and I've had it happen recently, is when them fish are bouting about in the pads, it can actually loosen the feeder. So as you can see, that's in there quite tight, but after periods it can sometimes loosen itself out, and what happens there is over a period of time, if you're going through the weeds, the feeder will actually open a little bit, so you can squeeze it up tight. But what I actually do is the rubber off the inline feeders, cut that in half and slide that over the top of the stem there. So pull it through tight, hold it in place, that way then that can no longer move. And that is exactly what I've got on there, as you can see. So that can move like that, but it's not going to come off. But slide that right down, pull the feeder in tight, slide the sleeve down, and that's it. Job, it ain't going nowhere. It's elasticated, but as you can see there, I've got a length, there's 15-pound coated braid in there, so the elastic's coming out, it's an 1.5 inches, so I've still got the shock absorption, but also as well, if that fish bolts, it's almost acting like a bolt rig. But if there's a chance of some tension in this sort of area, and there's lily pads, so fully elasticated feed, the elastic's coming out about 2 foot, it's too much. You want to be in control of that fish. I've got a 4-inch hook length, again, gravel braid, and I've got a size 10 acolyte circle hook, again with a stop and a bayonet, and that's just a tungsten stop there. So if I do want to put a wafter on or a pop-up, that's only going to pop up to wherever that tungsten slider is, 1 inch or 2 inch. So that is 2 setups. Hook bait wise, I've got 4. I've got some pop-ups in wafters as well, but these are my main ones. So I've got juice wafters, mixture there, 8 mils, but predominantly what I'm actually going to be using is these are 10 mil boilers. So these are actually strawberry boilers, but what I've done is the Bait Tech stick mix, I've actually done a bit of a concoction in there. Now I know full well that these boilers have actually took this flavouring on, plainly because they are now a lot softer. So I've got strawberry ones, pineapple, which is the again with the Bait Tech stick mix, and these are the old Triple N. So I think these were just like a cream sort of flavoured boilie, but I've actually soaked them in the triple N, which is a really, really nutty mix. Just is something different. But my opening gambit is going to be one of the red ones and one of the yellow ones. So that's it. Like I say, I've got various other bits and pieces that I can try. Wafters, other wafters, other pop-ups, just to see. But those are my opening gambit. Bottom baits, so I want to try and keep these fish nailed on the bottom. The bait's out there. I'm in no rush. Sun's still quite high. There's a very good chance I might get 1 or 2 rudd at the moment. So I've got the landing net set up. I don't use a keep net when I'm out and about. I prefer to put the fish back, because if you are on a shoal or bream, like I had the other night, I had 28 fish. That's a lot of fish to have in a net. So if you've only got one keep net with you, swallow the fly. If you only got one keep net with you, that's better. It's a lot of fish to have in the one net. So putting them back, they can swim out, back out to the shoal. It's not really disturbing the fish. But if you put back 13 or 15 in one hit, that's going to disperse them fish straight away. So that's it. Everything's set up. I'm going to get the rods cast out. The kettle's going to be sat over there later on, but I'm going to get the rods out, see if we can get 1 or 2 rudd, and hopefully, as that night draws in, we might get 1 or 2 bream. Here's hoping anyway. I'll catch you in a bit. Liner. Yeah, just a bit of weed out in the middle. Starting to get 1 or 2 indications now. Just bumped a fish on the other rod. So hopefully it might not be too long now. Hit the clip and plop. So now it's in the right place. There's a lot of predator activity over there as well. Oh, that's fish. That's not predator. Well, the rod went just as I was sorting out. First fish of the night. There we go, in the net. Beautiful. Right where you want them, middle of the bottom lip. Bring me mat over. Oh. There we go, so that's the first fish of the night. Not a bad one to start with. Beautiful. Well, we're back out now after the rain. That was absolutely torrential rain. Absolutely torrential. Starting to get one or two indications. I'll say that was absolutely crazy rain. Nice fish, nice fish. Oh, it's a better fish. Oh, big old slab. Just what we're after. Look at that. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Getting a lot of liners. Beautiful fish. That's number 8 so far. It's not turning out to be too bad a session after that rain. Feels quite a good fish. Oh look, that's why it was a bit of a funny fight. Got her in the wing, right in the fin. Looks out. Now, I've actually caught this fish earlier because I recognised a couple of marks on it. So, caught a bream earlier and there was 2 marks just there, and there you go, 2 marks again. So, that's a recapture. Oh, that one looks as good as well. Yeah. Oh, it's in the mouth. Oh, safely in the net. They certainly got some life about them. But using barbless hook straight out. That gorgeous fish. Beautiful. Yes! Nice special fish that is. That is a tench. Nice tench hit that, no. Big tench. That's a proper bruiser. long net down. Oh, that is nice prize, to say the very least. Proper made up with that. Middle of the bottom lip. This, oh, what a gorgeous fish. Look at that, eh? Absolutely stunning fish. I do love a river tench. That, best part, £5, maybe a little bit more. Big paddle tail, gotta say, stunning. That's got to be worth an oosh. Well, good morning. Oh, bit tad chilly, very, very damp. But on my last check-in, I'd had a few fish, and when the rod's in round about sort of what time would it have been? 2:30. Went really, really quiet, weren't getting any signs, so I thought get a little bit shut eye. Got a little bit more shut eye than what I thought I was going to get, because it's now 6 o'clock. I thought, oh, I'll get half an hour. Probably missed a few more bream now, to be honest, because I should have set an alarm. But I'm not downhearted, for the simple reason I've had 19 bream and I've had that lovely tench, and all that was up until, like I say, round about 2:30 time. So I've just cast the rods back out now. Like I say, there's an outside chance I might get another bream, but I think I've missed that time now. But we'll have a couple of hours now. Hopefully we'll see what's what. I've just slung it out there, and I've just had a rud, £1.50. So it's turned out, it's been an absolute amazing session. Like I say, it's a bit chilly, very, very heavy dew. We did have that rain. When I wound the rods in, it was spitting down with rain again. So, but yeah, it's been brilliant. 19 bream and a tench, absolutely amazing. And I've even had a few hours kip as well. Can't be bad. So like I say, the rods are back out. The amount of fish that are topping is unbelievable. The amount of small fish that are topping is unreal. So we'll give it another couple of hours, something like that. Hopefully the sun will come up, dry things out a little bit, because it is very, very damp. So get the sun out, dry things out a little bit, then we'll get back out off to the old OK Corral. So yeah, we're gonna get the old kettle on, have a brew. But yeah, all in all, it's been an absolute amazing session. Like I say, 19 bream, absolutely brilliant in that tench. Wow, special fish, very special fish for me. I absolutely love it. Love catching a river tench. Right, so let's see what we can catch now in the daylight. number 20. Number 20. Beautiful. Lovely. Double hooker. Big bream. That I think is probably a hook. Absolutely brilliant. Look at that beautiful root. Hey? That is a Finland bar of gold. Beautiful. Let's get this bream out. So, what a session. Just going to put the old mat down there. What a session. Absolutely brilliant. It's been, like I say, I had that bit of sleep. But well, 25 bream, 2 rud and 2 tench. Double hook up to finish with. So I'm now going to get that bream out and we'll have a look. Here we go. Absolutely beautiful River Ouse bream. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Still got plenty of life left in her, as you can see. There we go. If that ain't just a nice fish to finish the session on, absolutely brilliant. Like I say, 25 bream, 2 rudd and 2 tench and 4 hours kip. Can't be bad. I'll catch you next time on the bank. Oosh.